Okay, I'm probably going to be laughing this whole time. Um, I traded a really large share size, like a lot. Don't freak out. I can't even talk about it. I'm just going to show you. It was freaky. All right, I just decided shit or get off the pot, woman. If you think this trade is going to work out and you've done your due diligence and you're reading price action, go for it. So I doubled down, then I doubled down again, and I doubled down again. I scaled in, and then I very calmly, even though it was a really large share size, I very calmly scaled out perfectly. I just can't stop laughing. I can't believe I had the guts to take this trade, but it's like my ideal setup. And so I thought, I'm just gonna do it. Okay, let's go see what it was. I did trade BLZE. I'm trying to trade a few more of those little pre-market runners, and I actually did okay. I did $41 on it. I don't normally. I stay away from them, and I did one, and I did it, and I was in and out, done. It's funny how you'll see the absolutely large share size I did on Amazon. My hands aren't sweating. I'm like, just do it. And then one of those little like small cap stocks that are running, I'm like, oh my God, on 50 or 100 shares, freaking out. So, okay, let me go show you what I did. And I made some really good notes on SpaceX because I want to show you why I decided to get in, where I got out, like some reasoning behind the trades. And I did well on that one too. Okay, let's go check it out.
All right. This is a normal one. This is SpaceX. And I've been kind of trying to trade it every day. I can only take SpaceX long. First of all, there's no shares to borrow with Thinkorswim. And sometimes I'm in my Roth IRA when I do it and I can't anyways. So if I see that SpaceX is moving up and I can go ahead and take a few scalps, I will. And then I just move on because I don't want to sit there and waste my time watching it come down like this and not be able to take trades. I just want to move on to something else. So I want to show you guys here. I made some notes of what my thought process is because there aren't a lot of levels to mark out yet on SpaceX. I mean, I guess I could yesterday's levels, but it's been coming down in the middle of the night and pre-market it came down pretty bad. So I was trying to capture this as it's coming back up. Anyways, you'll see here in pre-market it came down and came back up. So this was pre-market actually. This was as it was going up in pre-market and it had been going down during London session. So right here, I have my volume, my scalping indicator. And again, I don't promote this. I just tell you that I use it. I don't get paid. The guy don't know who I am. But anyways, he sells this indicator. I think it's 24 bucks. I can't, you see me trade every day. I can't trade without it. I've been using this now for 2.5 years. It was one of the first versions he ever made, maybe even 3 years ago. So I'm so used to it that I just can't stop. And all it is it's volume bars with the buyers in green. And as the buyers go up in a volume bar and the sellers come down, that's what I'm looking for when I'm going long, like right here. You see that? And I want to see that volume is coming up past that gray line, which I believe is the average line. I can't remember. He doesn't use that anymore. This was a very old version. So I do like to see volume going up above that midline, that average line. And right here, you see we've got this nice big push up in volume. So I took it right here. Selling volume, I wrote notes so that I could remember to tell you guys. So I noticed right here, sellers came down, but it was just a slight pullback to this 9 EMA and the 21. And that's fine. A lot of times price will come down and tap the 21, but it definitely closes above it. So that's still positive. And even though volume had come down, buyers came right to the top in here and sellers were coming down. So I felt confident to go ahead and take that. And we had very low spread. I want to say the spread this morning in pre-market was like a penny or two. And I love it when spreads are 3 cents or less. So higher than average volume, we were just hitting that. And so I went ahead and got in here 50 shares and then I scalped and just got out because I don't want to overstay my welcome, especially on SpaceX. Like I'm trading it a little bit each day, but I don't know it enough. So when I saw this wick coming down, I got out and then it pulls back and I'm just trying to trail the 9 EMA and get out or get in on the pullbacks and then get out. Now this was a pretty big wick. It was struggling here. So I got out and all it did was pull sideways and keep going. And I waited for this right here. It pulled back right here. I didn't like this candle. Even though it's an inside candle, it seemed pretty big and then to go green. So I just was kind of worried here. And then we had buyers here, but see how the volume is so low on those buyers. Even though they were at the top, we had massive selling volume right before this candle. And then it went right into deep selling after that. So I got in and out real fast here. I was also worried about this level. I had marked this level in pre-market. I think it was during the London session. That level was really hard to get past. So I just knew that I wanted to get out before this level because I wasn't sure if we were going to pass it. Now we only passed it about 40 cents and then immediately failed. So then, so I'm out right here. I'm done because I want to wait for this area for us to get past it. We did not get past it enough. And then let me show you here. I wrote a note. This was the only way I was going to get back into this. And I never did. You'll see I never got back in because this did not get broken. So see this, this was a higher high right here and it pulls back. And what I wanted to see was price to come past that pivot. I would have gotten in. I probably wouldn't have because we still had this level to get through. Normally I would go ahead and get in there. I would have waited for the price to get past this. And what I was really waiting for, I wrote here, I wanted it to retest before taking it long. So I wanted price to pull up at some point in this area, pull up, get past this pivot right there, that high, get past this. This was resistance, and it was resistance a while ago. It was a strong resistance. And then I wanted it to come up, maybe sit on it and then go. And then I would have been interested again, but that was it. All right, let's go to BLZE. I can't believe I only made $41 on this one. I just don't do these pre-market stocks that are a little lower priced. Like this was, I got in at $9. I'm trying to get better at it. I need to because of my work schedule. I really need to start doing pre-market, more pre-market trading, especially coming into summer and fall. I'll be getting really busy. So again, I'm just watching my scalping indicator down here. I didn't mark any levels. Well, it looks like I did. Oh no, I did. I did mark levels. So I pulled up the daily right as this was shooting up and there was news, and I marked a few levels. So I got in right here at $9.10. And we did pass this level. I did not get out right here. I waited for this candle and I got out here because I wasn't sure if we were going to shoot through two levels. And already that was quite a bit right there. That was a 40-cent move. And if you guys have seen my videos, I only go for 10-cent scalps. That's all I want. I want base hits in and out, 10 cents, and move on. And my losses, I try to keep to 5 to 10 cents, just not holding on too long. And I just try to have more green than red, more green trades than red trades. So, today it was like, I think 4 green and 1 red, something like that. That's fine. As long as I keep the losses lower than the wins. Okay. So that was it right there. It was $41.21. Yep. That was it. All right. That was just quick in and out. INTC, I believe this was pretty quick. It was just 43 bucks. Yeah, it was just quick. I'm trying to get done. I was pretty much done by 8 today. I may have taken a couple little more trades, but pretty much done by 8. Trying to be done early. I don't want to be sitting here all day at these screens. I have too much to do. So this was just scalping. I had marked this level here, here, and here. And this is kind of sketchy for me to trade right at the open. I waited for a couple candles and then got in. It was expected that Intel would do well today and go higher. So I went ahead and got in after this first tall green candle, and I got in right here, but I was being very cautious because I had these levels and everything else was kind of dumping. It was worrying me. So it was quick scalps. And you'll notice this was only 8-cent scalp. I have here, 31 to 31.8, like 30-cent scalp. It just wasn't much. But it made $43 and I said, I'm done. And I saw this, I could have kept going. But at this point, I was too busy working. I got stuff to do. All right, let's move on to Amazon. And then the last one is a loss. And the thing I don't like about, and I'll get to it when I get to PENG, the thing I don't like about maybe those small mid-cap runners or whatever, those small cap runners in the morning, gappers, whatever you call it, if I lose money on them and throughout the day they don't pull back up and start running again, I just can't make up for the loss. And when I can't make up for a loss, it really does something to me psychologically. And I know that, which is why I've started to learn that that's just not for me. It's not a good trading style for me. I'd rather do larger cap stocks that I could, even if I lose big in the morning, I can come back at power hour and at least make up for it. I've got time. And they usually start ranging and I can just trade the range up and down to pull out of my loss. So right here, I did Amazon. I did $156.57. Oh my God. You see right here, you guys, look at my cursor, 1,400 shares, 1,600 shares. I'll show you what happened. So this was just little scalping. And on Amazon, I was down a little bit here. Oh, I had a phone call from a client and I just had to literally, when I get a phone call, I have to just drop everything, turn and like turn off all volume and just hurry and take the call. I don't even get out of a trade a lot of times. I just take the call. My business is that important to me. So, because this is fun money. I'm just trying to get to an early retirement. So, anyways, got an important phone call. I was down $58 when I came off that phone call in here. So, right about in here, I decided, woman, shit or get off the pot. Pull your head out of your ass and pull out of that loss because the whole market was kind of going down. Amazon had some good news. So I thought I just need to pull out. So I was still doing 100 shares here, little tiny scalps. And then right in here, I'll show you guys what happened. I actually had a red trade right in here and I ended up reversing. I used the reverse button and then I doubled down and doubled down and doubled down. So I can't remember, right in here, somewhere in here, I was waiting for this level to break right in here and it wouldn't break and it went against me and started coming down. And I realized instantly, I looked here and I saw, why would I take that trade? That was so stupid. I do try to push the envelope on these kind of flat tops. See this right over here to the left and right here. And I tried to push it and get in. Well, it fails. So I get out and then I did it again in here. And I realized it wasn't going to push. Oh, it was right here. It wasn't going to push. Anyways, I think it was right in here. I realized I was wrong. I should not go long. I hit the reverse button, flipped it for 100 shares. It was going in my direction. And I realized sellers were stepping up. And I said, screw it. I love this. This is what I wait for. So I hurried and in seconds, I doubled down, and doubled down. So it went from like 100 to 200, from 200 to 400, and 400 to 1,600. That's how I ended up getting to 1,600. And then when I got out, I'll hover over this 1,400 and you can see I sold 1,000 right off the bat. And I was very calm. I went over to my ATM over here and I changed it to 1,000. I've got 1,000 right there. And I scaled out. I got out 1,000. Then I changed it to 200 and I hit sell twice. And I just very calmly got out. So it was $156.57. And then I was done. That was it. All right, I got one last one and it's a loser. It was 22.21. Throughout the day, I kind of kept looking at this and coming back. I just couldn't trade it. There was no volume. You can see way down here. It was just nothing. And this was just pennies it was moving. So it was just a quick scalp, 50 shares. Right here, I should have known better. I had no levels. It was on news. There became an NVIDIA factory specialized partner. Okay, right when I got in it, I realized stupid news, an AI factory partner. There's probably a million factory partners, whatever. I knew it was fluff news. I knew I shouldn't be in it. It failed. I instantly got out for $22 loss. It was me just jumping in. This was probably actually FOMO right here, but because it was affiliated, the news was affiliated with NVIDIA, a stock I trade regularly. I felt I could go ahead and take it and not wait for a pullback. And it was stupid. I just shouldn't have done it. All right, guys, that's it. Today was 266.15. That Amazon trade of 1,600 shares. Don't copy me. Don't do that. That was stupid. I should not be doing that. And I will not be doing that kind of share size. I just decided to go for it. And I loved the setup and I just went for it. And this trading account is not money I live on at all. None of my accounts are. They're for retirement. Okay, I just had to say that. All right, guys, please tell me how you did. Hope you did real well. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.